What is the best way to stretch? How long should you stretch? And is there one stretching modality that's better than another? Let's take a look at this great question. I received an email recently from an athlete who had heard me talk previously on our Coach Robb podcast network, and we were talking about improving your flexibility will enhance top end speed. It will reduce your core body temperature. It will improve muscular endurance. So the email that came in was, hey, I heard what you were talking about. I want to be leaner. I want to be stronger. I want to be faster, and that's all good. But how should I even set up a flexibility program? So I wanted to spend some time in this video walking through just a few things that you can do, and I think you'll notice a big difference in a short period of time. The first thing I would recommend when it comes to establishing a flexibility program is to actually designate no more than 10 minutes a day. Now, the reason why I say 10 minutes a day is, like anything, it needs to become a habit. My biggest challenge that I have for all of my clients is, when in your day do you have time? We can sit and talk about the benefits all day long, but as I say all the time, you can't manage time, you can only manage yourself. So yes, in a perfect world, I would love it as if you didn't wait until you were injured to then work on your flexibility. But when it comes to establishing a flexibility program, most importantly, you have to start with, when are you going to drop it into your schedule first and foremost. Once you've figured out a place in your day where you can do 10 minutes consistently, and by the way, it doesn't have to be the same time every day. Just find 10 minutes somewhere in your day every day. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it might be in the mornings. Tuesdays, Thursdays, it might be after work. And on the weekends, it might be after lunch. Find what works for you. The second thing that I would encourage you to look at is, where are you the tightest? Start with your biggest opportunities for improvement. So this does take a little bit of thick skin to say, hey, look, I can't bend over and put my palms flat on the ground with my knees locked out. All right, start with your hamstring flexibility. If you notice that your low back is hurting all the time, start foam rolling your quadriceps. My point in all of this is, let your flexibility program be unique to what your needs are, and start where you have the biggest opportunities for improvement, and then do it in a time consistently that's going to get results. If you'll start with just these elements first and foremost, you will always have yourself in a position where, no matter what, you're always getting the most out of the time that you have allocated, and you're in a position where you will improve your speed, your strength, and your endurance. You'll reduce your risk of injuries, and you're doing it starting with 10 minutes of time. Now, when it comes to the subject of what should you do, what modalities are the best, I once again go back to, what do you have access to? If you have a bathtub and you enjoy baths and you can stand the mental, boredom of that, throw some Epsom salt in a bath. You'll get all the benefits of the absorption of those elements. It's going to create muscle relaxation. It's going to give you everything that you need for the time that you've put in. If you happen to own a foam roller, or you want to go to the store and buy a 2-liter bottle of soda, you can start foam rolling immediately, and that foam rolling is going to address trigger points. Trigger points are the knots, that are those little ouch factors that you feel in the belly of the muscle tissue. Once you get those trigger points worked out, the muscle will naturally elongate. What'd you get? You got an increased range of motion by elongating the muscle, by simply sitting in a bathtub using Epsom salt, and then foam rolling and going after those ouches, those trigger points. You put those two together for just 10 minutes a day. Over the course of 7 days, what have you done? You've just improved your overall range of motion. You've just improved your top end speed, your muscular endurance. You just decreased your core body temperature 100%. So the idea here is, as we continue to move forward, what we're always looking for is the way to get the most out of the time that you've allocated. And then when you put the time in, you get the most bang for the buck for the time that you've put into it. I hope this video has helped. Like I said, it's always better to just start somewhere and be consistent, and then be consistent with focus. I'll be putting out future videos on things that we can do relevant to enhancing range of motion. I'll give you some tricks. We're working on a video series called The Anatomy of an Injury, and I'll let you know when that's available as well. But until then, if you happen to have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email, contact@Coach Robb. I'll make sure to get back to you, as well as convert it here to a video on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. That way you're made aware of any other videos that we do put out, because we do put one out every day, and I want to make sure that if you have a question, we're addressing it one way or another. Thanks again for your time, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.